Welcome to Photoshop class, April 20th, 2020. We're going to go over our lesson today. We've got some announcements to start off with first. So first off, we just found out that we're not going to be coming back to school this year. So, I mean, that, in my opinion, sucks. We're not going to be able to do all the stuff, that we could have done, but we need to learn to make the best out of the situation. Try to get some work done. Doing something is going to be better than nothing. As long as you're trying, I'm going to see that. All right. I understand the situation that we're in. I understand that we all can't get the software. That's why I've had to pivot away from just doing Photoshop tutorials. First off, frankly, that's just not very creative. Anyone can follow directions in a video. It's like a trained monkey almost. It's not something that's very creative. What's interesting is being able to make your own artwork. In this, photography program, film program that I run at Gibbs, we start off with Photoshop because you need to understand the tools before you can, really dive in and make your own artwork, your own photography. So it's more like you have to walk before you run. But that doesn't mean that we can't pivot a little bit away from it, especially since we have to adapt, right? We all don't have the software. So you can see that I've gone over these first three things. Do your best. Something is better than nothing. I understand we're in a difficult situation, but we all must adapt. So really what I mean by this is as long as you're trying, as long as you're turning in something, I'm going to understand. If you've fought and fought and fought and you've only got the school computer and you can't download Photoshop, use one of the alternatives that I've already gone over in the previous lessons and turn in your work. Just not turning in anything and sending me a message once every 2 or 3 days saying you can't get the software, it's just not acceptable, guys. You got to be a little bit more responsible than that, right? So that leads me down to communication on Teams, right? So do you see over here how I've got some communications with a few students? This is ideal. Unfortunately, I can't set that up for everybody. It's really annoying. What I need you to do, if you need to talk to me about something, if you send me a message on Focus, it's very confusing because the program is Focus is bad at it. If I open the message, it'll vanish. I can't get back to it. So I need you to email me. There's my email address, hamilj@pcsb.org. That will go right to my phone, and I will immediately be able to respond to you, okay? But if you send me on Focus, I mean, I'm only going into Focus once a day to put in attendance and grades. So guys, I might not see it for quite a while. And then if I click on it and then it vanishes before I have a chance to respond to it, I can't get back to it. So I'm telling you now, if you go into our group channel and post, I can delete your post and make you a private channel. Or if you email me, that's probably the best way. Then I can respond to you very, very quickly. All right. If your computer doesn't work or you can't get the software, you should be trying to set up an online meeting with me to make sure you get alternative software. Typing a single message into Teams and then not replying to the next class period is a recipe for failure. So again, the assignments are going and we're working, okay? So, I understand we're having issues, but it's not an excuse to never do work again, okay? Like, unfortunately, we've been doing this for what, 4 weeks now, and we've got another 6 to go, 5 or 6 to go. I'm not thrilled about it, guys. I'm really not. I wish I was there to help you. I wish I was there to fix the computers for you. I wish that we all had Photoshop. But, unfortunately, I can't really do anything about it. And I'm being told that you're still accountable. And, that makes sense. In life, bad things happen all the time. Okay? And, we've all gone through stuff that sucks. It is what it is. You gotta just get through it and keep going. I mean, you can't just quit. That's not gonna help the situation at all. Oh, video editing software. That is a mistake. That should say photo. Okay, photo editing software. So I did give you guys a list of alternatives. If you scroll down, right, boom. If you can't get Photoshop, try getting GIMP. Photopea is browser-based, Okay, so anyone can use that. Pixlr is another one. These are not going to do everything that Photoshop does. But again, like I told you, I just want you to be able to try to get something. Okay. Okay. Right now, everybody's shooting. So let's talk about our project a little bit. Now, I know that there was some comments about the project being insensitive, and I want to just assure everyone, you know, that's not the purpose of this, okay? I'm not trying to make light of the situation. I don't know how it got interpreted that way. Maybe it's because I recorded the video. This is the only thing I can think of. I recorded the video for your class last that day, and I had been saying the same things a few times. So maybe by the third or fourth time I was saying it, you know, into the microphone, maybe I sounded like I was trying to rush through it, and if I did, I apologize. I understand the situation is terrible. I'm not, I have two jobs, guys. I lost my other one. All right, so I'm not the only, I'm not sitting here doing just the same as always. It's not fun, us being in this situation. So look, I really, really get it. Okay, so what I'm trying to teach you though is when adversity strikes, you should try to work through it. A lot of times, working when negative things are going on, it takes your mind off of it. It lets you make something productive. It lets you get some of that energy out. You can still be creative, even if you're just at home. So first off, for this documentary, we're going to critique some of your guys' photos in a second. But I want to give you guys some inspiration. This Katrine Eisman is a photographer. She works for Adobe. And this is really cool. She is in Michigan. If you go to her Instagram, and again, I've included the link. You just have to go to our class notebook, right? And lesson objectives, it's under content library. Content library, lesson objectives, and you'll get to this. So you can click the link, and you can see Katrine's Instagram here. You could type her name into Instagram on your phone, too. You'll see it come up. This is really cool. Like, this is all stuff she's doing in her house, right? It's just light through her window with various household objects. Very, very neat. She's still working, not just sitting around doing nothing, not just playing video games all day, actually trying to make some of this creativeness happen. Now, you might say to yourself, well, we're doing Photoshop. Why do I have to care about photography? Well, where do you think that you get the materials for Photoshop, right? These were edited in Snapseed, which is an app on the phone. It's not the best. It's okay. But it's better than nothing, right? I especially like this carrot. This is freaking cool. I mean, with the shadow right here from the morning light through the window. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I would very much encourage you guys to check this out. Obviously, this one she shot from before all this, but there is a lot of stuff in here, right? Like, look at this. This is a doorknob in her house. The light through the window reflecting off of the glass here in the doorknob. Very, very cool. Lake behind her house, right? If you have a pool, obviously you can't get something exactly like this, but being creative here, right? That's the trick. That's the trick. Shadows into the storm door. Now, your assignment right now, I haven't had you guys edit yet. We're going to get to that. First, though, we need to get a ton of our images together. So remember, you're shooting. We're going to skip from up here down to here. Right now, you needed 7 by the end of the week. A number of you guys turned them in already, and we're going to look at them. I'm happy. Good job. Good job. I need 20 by the end of this week. We're going to edit down. Once we get all of our stuff, our materials together, we'll edit down. But for right now, we need 20 apiece. That's the goal for right now for the end of the week. So if you've got 7 already, you need 13 more. If you've been slacking off and you've got 0, you need 20. All right. Let's check this out. St. Pete YouTuber broadcasts his brain surgery. Of course, he's filming self-isolation. So this is an article I saw, and I know that you guys are in a photography class, Photoshop class, not in my video and film classes. So I still think this is worthwhile because it's showing that this guy is not just quitting because he can't leave his house. As you read through it, you'll see plans have changed, right? Things got canceled, but he's still making work even though he's stuck at home. That's the point I'm trying to get across to you guys, okay? Honestly, I think I would not be doing my job if I just said to you all, here's a tutorial video, go ahead and follow directions. You know, I did that the first week with the curves because I was trying to make sure everybody could get the software. I didn't know exactly what was going on yet. I was trying to make it simple. It's still simple, but you guys have to be more creative with it now. You have to make your own stuff. This is honestly where we would have been going with the last 9 weeks of school had we been there. You guys had already finished all the tutorials in Photoshop that I had for you. There was one more on video that we were going to do, but instead we're going to use our photos to make a photo montage. Maybe we'll try to animate it with video. It might be tough because we all don't have the software, but we'll see. Let's get the materials together first. So I want you to read through this. In your attendance for today, there's going to be a couple of reflection questions. They're not hard, but remember, the point is that he's still working. Okay, that's what I'm trying to nail into your head. You know, just because we're home doesn't mean we quit. Okay. There's going to be a reflection form under assignments. That's going to be in the attendance assignment that you will see posted. As soon as I'm done recording this video, I will go ahead and post it. I already said you need to continue working on your photos. We're going to look at some of the photos that were turned in next. Here's what I need you to know. Okay, let's go ahead and go over to the photo tab. Do you see how all the photos that I have over here are just random numbers and letters? Now you guys know by April here that that's not going to fly. I have no idea whose these are. I downloaded them. I know I downloaded photos from Stasia, Tasia, and KJ because I loved what they turned in. The problem is once they download on my computer, I don't know who they are because you guys didn't name them. So here's what you need to do. If you're taking photos with your phone, you can't just go into Focus on your phone and upload the photos. You have to name them. Email them to yourself. Email them to yourself. Open them on the school computer or your computer. Name them with your name, right? So I don't know whose this is. I have no idea. So let's just say Stasia Trees, right? Stasia Sky, right? KJ Basketball, whatever it is. I don't know whose those are, so I'm sorry if I got the names wrong, but you can see that I don't have your guys' names on them. I don't know who they are. I can't give credit if I don't know who it is. So if you did the work, please name them so I can give you guys credit for your assignments. If you've already turned them in and you didn't name them, please go back and name them so I can give you credit for your assignments. Okay, let's look at this. This is wonderful. This is wonderful. I really do like the abstractness, right? We've got this diagonal right here. Pretty cool. What I would suggest, though, is think about your aspect ratio, right? So this is shot in a portrait mode, but obviously this is a landscape, right? So maybe turn the phone sideways and shoot the long side of the rectangle rather than the short side. That might look cooler. Okay, next one. I love the idea, but crooked. It looks like there wasn't much thought put into the composition, okay? That's the whole point. It also looks like it's shot from a car through glass. Okay. You know, I understand we're all trying to be far away from other people, okay? And I get that. But roll down the window at least, right? Get out of the car. You'd still be 40 feet away from these people if you got out of your car and stood there and made sure your phone was straight before you took the photo. Just think about how much cooler this would look if this line across here was straight across and we saw more of this majestic tree over top of these guys. It could really work. This, I love. I absolutely love it. Fantastic. We've got these leading lines here into the distance, right? We've got this pattern and then this V right here that lead together to them in the center, distancing away from everyone else. This is what we are looking for. This is beautiful. Great job. Again, I picked these because I had something to say about them. This is wonderful. Wonderful. We've got some very, very interesting contrast with these blinds. It really makes you think, like, okay, the blinds almost look like prison bars keeping us from the outside. Remember, it's about the self-isolation, the quarantine. I love the muted color here. It might have just been the time of day or the fact that we were in it was a cloudy day, but the muted color here really adds that dreary feel. And this is before we've even edited. Beautiful job. Okay, I will say that I love how straight this one is. We've got the horizon across here. The neighborhood looks empty, right? The only thing about it that I would say is there's not a clear subject, right? There's not a clear subject. So if you could think of a way to show this emptiness, this distance in a more, I don't know, straightforward way, it might work better. Okay, again, I think it dives home on the point here. We've got the sun coming in, lighting up this plant, and the plant looks beautiful. I mean, this is obviously the subject, but it's separated from the inside to the outside, which is what we were all going through. I love it. Great idea. Could absolutely work in this type of photo essay. Okay, guys, I want to see more of your work. Please put your names on it because I want to give props to the right people. Like, I know this was, again, Tasia, Stasia, and KJ, but I really want to be able to praise those that are turning in awesome work. So please, please, please add your name to the stuff you're turning in to me. Overall, keep it up. We're going to get 20 by the end of the week. Do the reflection form on the attendance. I'll give you a grade on that. So some of you guys that missed some of the earlier grades, you can go back and make them up, but I'm trying to give you guys more grades so that your overall 9 weeks grade isn't poor if you didn't do some of them. We will get into editing. So remember, look through that alternative list if you can't get Photoshop, okay? Look through that alternative list. If you still can't get anything, you need to send me an email, and I will work with you. I can even call you on the phone. Maybe we can FaceTime so I can see your computer and help you get something set up. But if you're just not doing it, that's not going to help anybody. All right, guys. I hope you're having a great day. I'm impressed with what we've done so far. Keep it up. We'll get through this together.